Hello, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and well, it is absolutely freezing today. Don't mind telling you, it is brass monkey weather. Really don't know where that comes from, but yeah, why do we say that? Okay, not so much word of the day as phrase of the day. Gary said he's got a missed call from me. Why do we say brass monkeys? The phrase brass monkey is a colloquialism that refers to extremely cold weather. I know. It comes from the idea that cannonballs were stored on brass trays called monkeys on warships, and the balls would fall off in very cold temperature because the brass contracted. Really? Wow. See, now I thought it was some other kind of balls that it referred to, but you know, what do I know? You know, tennis balls, of course. What do you think I mean? But you know what I mean. Well, now you know. Isn't that? See, it's educational around here. It is. I'll tell you. Apart from me being extremely silly, of course, that is always, you know. I've been trying to get ahead of myself today. I've recorded my Sunday giveaway today because tomorrow I might be out, and tomorrow I need to do, before I go, the winners. So that'll be my it doesn't feel like the weekend. It really doesn't. I know it's Friday, but you know, for me it's Saturday for you guys, but I know it just doesn't feel like the weekend. And I think it's because Christmas felt like the weekend, New Year felt like the weekend, so now it feels like you're getting on with the week, but you're not. It's weekend. It's shocking. It really is. It does play with your brain somewhat. It does. It interferes with your synapses and your neurons. So how are you guys? Apart from freezing, how are you? Have you been having have you been getting back to normal after all the festivities and stuff? Have you taken your Christmas decorations down yet? Gary wanted to do it and I said, no, I'll enjoy them a little bit longer. Don't be so mean. So every day I'm still putting them on as soon as the light dims, you know, outside. And it's going to be like any day now, really. But yeah, it always seems so bare when they go, doesn't it? You take them down and everything looks so, well, it looks clear and clean for a start, but bare and, you know, less colourful somehow. Well, not somehow, because there's no more coloured lights, duh. But you know what I mean. It does feel like the shine has somewhat gone off. So last night I settled down to the TV. Oh, that's really sore. It's only my nerve damage that does it. So like I kind of rub there and it hurts here. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I watched Lockerbie. They filmed Lockerbie with Colin Firth playing the lead in it. You know, from Bridget Jones. And yeah, it was very good. So much so that this morning I got up and I finished it off. I thought, you know, I don't have to spring into action today. I did it yesterday as well, didn't I? Lazy moo. I just felt like, no, I can be a bit more, you know, leisurely about my day. So, and I didn't sleep very well last night. I don't know why. It seems that I can either not keep my eyes open or I can't get off. One of the two. There's just no kind of consistency about my sleep pattern at the moment. And every now and then I could hear Gary snore. So the earplugs went in. I think I finally got off to sleep when he was going to get up for work. Because I was asleep and then I opened my eyes and I saw the light on out there, and that just meant that he'd obviously got up, and so I put my earplugs in so I didn't keep me awake crashing about. And yeah, then I woke up fairly good time though. It wasn't wasn't late, not like yesterday. That was naughty. But you know, I just felt like I don't need to rush and all that. And I wanted to warm the bathroom up before I got naked in there, because it was a bit parky in there. It's not usually cold. It's in the middle of the house, so it's not a cold room. And keep the door open, and the heat from the hallway just permeates the room, and it's usually fine. But it was like, oh no, feeling a bit sensitive, not getting my doodahs out in the cold, you know. So I put the heated towel roll on, shut the door, and thought, watch a bit of TV, then go back once it's warmed up a bit. Didn't warm up much, I have to say. Hardly at all, but you know, it's enough to, you know, get your thrupney bits out anyway. So, yeah, a bit of a late start to my day. And then I came in here and I thought, oh, if I don't call the tax office now, I won't be able to do it till at least Monday. And I'm running the risk of getting a bit close to deadline day. And I had to ask them a question, because some parts of my tax return self-populated, and it said I was employed by Legal and General Assurance Limited. And I thought, nah, that's a pension I cashed in a long while ago. So is that where pension should be then? You know, a private one that you cashed in. It was a paltry amount. I didn't have that job for long. But, you know, so I cashed it in and had a little tidy lump for whatever. And so I rang them and it said, the waiting time is 50 minutes. I thought, oh, you have to be joking. So I plugged my phone in, put it on loudspeaker, and got on with looking for the answer to my question elsewhere. And thought, if I find it, then I don't need to wait in this queue. Anyway, eventually got a really nice Scottish man called Stephen come on the line. And when I said to him, you know, I've got this employment that's been populated. I'm not employed by anyone, so the only thing I can think of it's a pension, because it's Legal and General Assurance. So I looked into it and he went, yeah, that was that little lump sum you had, he said, and they didn't fill it in properly when they did it on your P60, like Legal and General, and it come up as an income. So I had to go through and delete the income. Hang on, might sneeze. Might have a sneeze coming, guys. I've got a tickle. So I had to go through, delete that, and put make sure everything was in the right places, and it was. And so then we had a little chat about stuff, because I didn't claim all the things I should. I figured if I didn't keep receipts for stuff, then that's my problem, innit? But I'm going to have a little look, find some, and then do a belated adjustment. But finally, I've uploaded my tax return. Phew, done for another year. Yes, and early. So I said to him, like, next year it might be a bit more involved, so I might need help, like I might have to do an accountant or something. I went, oh no, I'm not stupid, I'll be able to do it. I'm sure I will. It's just knowing all the things that you can claim as expenses, but mine's pretty straightforward, isn't it, really? So yeah, there we go. It's all done anyway. No more headache for a while. And I bet you any money you like that I cannot be bothered to go searching through my, even though it would mean that I probably get cash back. I bet I cannot be bothered to go searching through those receipts. I've started keeping more records though. Every time I buy something, like I bought boxes earlier for knitting needles, and I bought bags, like larger bags, and every time I do, I write it in the book so that it's actually listed there, and I can see when it comes to this time next year, I can fill it in. Someone do it around. I'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully. And I'm gonna bring my printer in. I'm not gonna do it out there. It's parky, man, out there. It's really cold, and I'm gonna print off every invoice. I'll put it. When I first started, I kept everything, and it didn't last long. But it needs to now. I need to be a bit more on the ball with that kind of rubbish, you know. I do. And even if at the end of the day, all I do is hand it over to someone who knows. At least it's all there, isn't it? And not bits of sticky notes. Yeah. Anyway, what else have I got to tell you? Let me think. Oh, Lockerbie was really good, by the way. I know it's bad of me, but I didn't really know a great deal about it, because when it happened, I'd just had Michael, or I was in the throes of having Michael, because I think it was Christmas time, 1988, and he was, actually, I mean, he might have been in his first year, because he was born in 1988. So I obviously had Paul, who was a couple of years old, and I had Michael, who was either, I think it might have been, he was nearly 1. If it was the end of 88, which I think it was. Or was it at the end of 87? I think it was 88. Anyway, it was Christmas time and all that. And yeah, so I was a mum, so, you know, with a very busy life then. So obviously it goes on and you see the news, but you don't take everything in. And then you see it popping up on the news, and I didn't even know there was one of the fathers fighting everything. And then it, you know, comes up that it was the Libya connection, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't take much in. And then you see the trial, and then you get the verdict, and then you forget about it for years. And every now and then some program, maybe about 9/11 or another one, would bring up a Lockerbie connection, and you just think, didn't really know much until I watched that. And it's like that post office scandal, you know, it's a real eye-opener, and it just makes you kind of look and think, our governments and our government's allies, so corrupt. They really are. They just bend the truth for their own ends, and then one cover-up gets another cover-up, gets another cover-up. It's just bad. And what makes me very sad that is, if that guy was innocent and his whole life was wasted in a jail, you know, he didn't see his family much, you know, just that would be, it's kind of an unthinkable thing, isn't it? When, especially if you think, oh, do they know then they've got a patsy? Yeah, oh, it just makes my blood boil, really. I hate that. You know, when you see a program and somebody's life has been completely and utterly ruined by something that was needless, and like people who'd had a baby when they shouldn't have had one many, many years ago, so put in an institution, you know, instead of, you know, and the baby was just taken from them and they never saw it, and then years later the child finds the mother, and it's all because they weren't allowed to have the baby because they were out of wedlock. That's so bad, isn't it? And it beggars belief that we live in times that those sort of things happened. And it never stops happening, does it? Injustice never stops happening. And it's usually the people who are there to put in our rules and our justices and make us live a happy, decent life. They're the ones that are doing it. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Anyway, that's a happy subject, for crying out loud. But anyway, Lockerbie was good. That's all I really wanted to tell you. If you fancy watching it, it was good. And I didn't know much about it. I knew that the plane fell on a small village. That's about as much as I kind of knew, you know, in Scotland, called Lockerbie. That's all I know. Quite. Anyway, I have to make a curry today. We had chicken for dinner the other day, and there's some left. Gary made chicken noodle soup, but unfortunately he didn't put it in the fridge, and so it had been out in a warm room all night long, and so he took some to work, and he was fine. Got a cast iron constitution, that man. But when it come to me, I thought, it's because I'd been at Paul's and Victoria's when he made it, so really it should have got put in the fridge. I got in very, very late. I didn't even notice that he'd left the heating on in the living room. So I didn't even set foot in there. I just went and did my video straight away. So I didn't notice. And so it was in, not only left out all day from when he cooked it, it was left out all night, and then the next day there's no point in doing anything. So I've got to throw it away, unfortunately. But he'd used some of the chicken for that, but we've got quite a bit left, and I need to make a curry. And he's bringing the rice home, and because we don't have enough, and I'm making chicken curry. I'm hoping there's enough chicken there, to be honest with you. If not, I might let him have that, and I'll just have a jacket potato or something. I made a nice dinner yesterday. I made steak and sautéed potatoes. He had onion rings. I don't really eat them. Sometimes I eat one, but I didn't. And mushrooms. So he had more than me, but I don't mind. I only had 1.5 very small steaks, and he had 2.5 because I cut one. Why are you cutting that in half? Because I don't want a whole one. They were only little fillets, but they were very, very nice. And yeah, it was quite nice to have a normal dinner, I suppose, for a change. I put them in the air fryer, the sauté potatoes. They weren't really like fried or anything. They'd already been boiled because they were left over from when he did dinner. So I just put them in the air fryer, sprayed them with a little olive oil, and let them crunch up. It was very nice. He said, that's the first thing you've cooked in ages. And I went, I suppose it is really, because apart from, you know, the curry, I suppose he forgot that. But I hadn't, because when he did the Christmas dinner, he did the Boxing Day dinner, he did the New Year's dinner. So he did all of them, you know. And then I went to Victoria's for dinner and Paul's. So, yeah, I haven't cooked proper meal in a while. So I had a very easy Christmas in that respect. Obviously, I had to work. And before Christmas, I was busy, man. I was really busy. All those orders and advents and everything else. So, yeah. Oh, I keep coughing. I know it's because of the cold and the asthma. Good news is that, you know, I said I had a bit of a breakout. Well, I've stopped using anything to do with limonene, even my washing powder. So it's all going. I'm using the Ecova. It's really hard to kind of dose it out. So I've ordered a dosing ball. The annoying thing is they used to give them away for free, but now they want to charge you £10 for a ball. But I thought, you know what, I'm fed up with spilling it. So I'm spilling it in the comfort drawer, you know, like the softener drawer. And then it goes in the wrong part of the wash. So not that I put any fabric softener in, I don't. But if this time around, I put it in a beaker and then tipped the beaker in, and I managed to spill it everywhere. I need that ball. I need it. So what I need to do is to decant, it's a very good word, this gigantic big gallon of Ecova into a small manageable bottle that I can then use and fill it up again when that one's run out. Because the one I've got, it's like trying to lift a gallon thing into a little drawer space or into a beaker. It's just not working out. So if I can get an empty container in the end, you know, when I finally empty one, then I can, maybe what I'll do is I'll buy one in the supermarket that's small, use that and fill it up from my other one. So then I won't be spilling it everywhere and getting it in the wrong compartment of the washing machine drawer and all that stuff. But at least all of the nasties are clearing up. Fingers crossed that it doesn't, you know, come back to bite me and they will flare up again, because that's what was happening. But I've now got all my bedding is not washed in fairy with limonene in it. All of the toiletries, I'm using a separate sponge to Gary, a separate flannel. Face has a different flannel and the body has a sponge. So I'm really, and all of the shampoos and everything I'm using, no limonene. So it's working. It's working to get rid. Okay, well, I think I've babbled away in this corner long enough. I didn't even bring a drink in. Yeah, tomorrow it's Winner's Day, and then watch out for the new giveaway. It's a nice one. And I will see you guys on the next one. Hopefully I'll have something to show you soon, but I might be out tomorrow. I've got to deliver Christmas presents. I know they're late, but I've got Steve's, that's my ex, by the way. I've got his Christmas presents, and Gary's got his brother's. So we do have a bit of Christmas present, and I've also got 3 of Tyler's that Michael left behind when he left. So I've got Steve's, Tyler's, and we have Martin's. So we you know, hopefully this weekend. We couldn't see him before, Martin, because his other half was ill. So hopefully we'll be able to get rid of all of those out of our way, because they're all over the place. So thank you for watching. Take care, everyone, and I will show you something that I've been working on soon, hopefully, but I've got to finish my boggy as well. So I'm not really fussed about the other one, but the one that I've been working on, I want to get finished. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one, so take care. Bye for now.